We're gamers, we like games, we play games because we're gamers. We've got jobs, we've got lives, this is our hobby. Wait, what? Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is SuperLute Multi-Platform Monarchy. Good to have you here. Today we're doing another discussion video. I know I'm doing a lot of these on Overwatch, but there's some interesting stuff to dive into. Not a whole lot of exploration has been done on a particular character that I can tell. And today we are talking about JunkRat. Is he realistic? Is he insane? Or is he a dead genius? Or is he all the above? I know the video's only titled Is He Realistic, but he's all three of these things. The man's absolutely batshit crazy, but he is Australian, so we gotta give that to him. Every Aussie I've ever met's a little bit on the nutso side. I don't get what's with Australia. It's maybe because it was a penal colony for a while there. And that's always the argument. Even Aussies know they're insane. But I really think he's also a genius because, well, let's look at his loadout and that'll tell us a whole lot about the guy. So he is an explosives expert. His primary fire is a grenade launcher. He fires 5 grenades. Obviously, they explode after a time being. See, if they ricochet off a wall, they have like a 5-second timer before they detonate. If they impact with an enemy hero, they go off like that. So I don't know if they're timed or if they have like a pressure sensor. They might have both. Actually, yeah, they do have both because the when they fire the grenades, you hear a little timer ticking down. It sounds like an egg timer, so he might actually be using an egg timer. Again, this reflects back to he's probably fairly intelligent. I mean, he's very intelligent. He's able to be in the combat of Overwatch. Would not be able to actually be able to do that if you weren't super intelligent. Never mind, Reinhardt has questionable intelligence sometimes. Or at least the players who play him. But I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, so in addition to that, he also has his concussion mines, which is a throwable landmine that he can then remotely detonate. It sounds like a car clicker, so that's probably what he's using for the frequency required to actually send the signal to cause a detonation. And then he also has bear traps, which, while it seems kind of odd, he is very much a sneaky dive DPS, so that kind of helps him a little bit because it helps to trap the bigger tank heroes and he can just wallop them real quick. I've taken out divas by trapping them before and then just chucking mines at them. And they're usually a little lower on health. Once you get past that armor bar, that helps a lot. And his two more things. He has his, what is it called? Total Mayhem? I guess that's it. When he dies, he drops a couple grenades on the ground and they detonate. And they can either kill weak heroes, like most healers are going to be toast if they come in contact with that. It'll do a little damage to tanks. And some of the beefier defense heroes could probably handle it, like Bastion, or Bastion's probably the one that could actually handle it at full health. And he only has like, what, 300 health? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll look at my footage later. I have Bastion played. I may be wrong on that. Anyway, we're talking about JunkRat, not Bastion. So, and his final thing is his Riptire, which is his ultimate. Which is interesting, because most heroes, you don't really see their ultimate on their person. Like, it's kind of hidden away most of the time. You don't see Roadhog's freaking like meat grinder with the scrap in it. That's probably in his backpack. You don't see Diva's reactor. You never see the reactor on the mech, although I'm pretty certain it's on the roof of it. And you don't really, most heroes, you don't really see where their ult is stored. JunkRat, his ult is prominently stored on his back, which leads me back to I think he's just batshit insane, folks. The man's insane, okay? He has a giant explosive tire strapped to his back. We're not even going to talk about the fact the damn thing can jump, okay? It's a mono wheel, so that's reasonable. It's not like anyone's riding in it. The motor's inside of it, the wheel's on the outside, the motor spins in the opposite direction. It goes forward. Never actually bothered to check to see if the damn thing could go backwards. It would probably just turn on the dime and turn around. But on that also is tied to, he probably uses a remote clicker to blow it up too. But yeah, no, that's kind of why I think he might be very intelligent, because he's capable of creating this compact motor packed with explosives that's big enough, that's powerful enough to kill most tanks. That's a lot of HP to be blowing up, folks. At least 500 HP. He can take out Roadhog. He can take out Reinhardt. A Diva, it doesn't eat it. I've never actually seen a Diva eat it. If you can get close, you can blow shit up. And that's the thing about Junkrat. It's all about blow shit up! Anyway, so we've finished discussing his loadout. Let's go back into the character's history, because there is a little bit of lore on Junkrat. Not a whole lot, not nearly as much as there is with other heroes. So, we know Junkrat's a thief. We know he's a junker. He's a fucking mutant. So, whether his insanity comes from being a mutant, from living in Australia, or a little bit of both, that's not in the question here. There's something going on up there. Oh, and let's not forget, the man's hair is constantly on fire. He even mentions it. Of course, he's prone to break the fourth wall because he's insane. Insane characters frequently do. See Deadpool. The man's absolutely batshit crazy. Just as crazy as Junkrat. Just as intelligent, too, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. You take as many hits to the head as Deadpool does, though I think you lose a few brain cells, even if they grow back. Don't know if he actually remembers anything. Anyway, we're back to Junkrat again. I'm rambling a lot today, folks. It's going to be fun. So, him and Roadhog went on a stealing spree. They're both outcasts from Junkertown. Junkrat, probably because he's got a mouth that just doesn't stop. And Roadhog, because, well, he probably, I think if I remember correctly, he beat the shit out of a bunch of people in a bar, so they kicked him out. I mean, look at the guy. He would be capable of beating the crap out of people. He's another mutant. So, those two got together because Junkrat was probably thrown on Roadhog's front lawn, and Roadhog's just like, oh, hi. Hi. See, it's Rudish Mako and James Fox. Junkrat is named James Fox. Fairly reasonable name for a very crazy person. I don't know why, but James just seems like it'd be a name that fits with a crazy person. If there's any Jameses out there, do not unsubscribe just because of that. I don't think you're insane. I just think that people who are insane, that is a fitting name for them. You guys are probably perfectly normal. Anyway, I'm covering my ass for no reason whatsoever. I don't have any Jameses out there. If I do, leave a comment. So yeah, they both went crazy, and apparently he found something of value in the Australian Omnium. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Omnium? I'm going to have to look that up later, and I'll type it on the screen here. Anyway, so he found something of value in there. Maybe it was an explosive. The guy is obsessed with explosives. He's a little bit pervy, too. We'll get to that later. That's also in his history. But no, he found something of value. He enjoys treasure. He also apparently enjoys barbecue, but that's kind of an Australian thing anyway. They really like their barbecue. Like, holy shit, they love that shit. Okay, so a little more history about him. He is a perv. Every time he talks with one of the female characters, I don't know if it's just that he is just off-putting to them, or if he's saying something that is inherently perverted. In some cases, it is. Like, he's talking with Tracer, I think, and he asks her if he can, like, look at her pulse bombs or something. She's like, no! Like, super grossed out. I actually have some footage of this. If I can find it, I will go ahead and jam it in here. She seems disgusted with just the idea of being close to him. So I don't know if he's just pervy or if he just has an off-putting aura. I don't know. And, who is it that wants to get a look under the hood of Diva's mech? It's either him or Torb. Anyway, he seems to be off-putting to a lot of the female characters. So I'm just going to say he probably has a history of being a little bit pervy with them. And it might just be that he always has this sick maniacal look on his face, because back to insane genius. I really think he's a genius because, have you seen the payload in Junkertown? He designed that shit. He got that shit going. Granted, he probably didn't build the hover sled, but still. There is a fair amount of explosives, and they are set up so they can go off when they reach the throne room. So he's obviously a genius when it comes to explosives. But yeah, that's pretty much it for his character history. So we're going to go ahead and talk about his playstyle real quick. Like I said, he is a sneaky dive DPS. He's the kind of hero you want to sneak up behind someone, throw a trap down, drop 2 mines on them, and unload into their face. That came out pervy, but it's Junkrat. He unloads into people's faces. There you go. He's automatically pervy because of that. I don't get how that would work, but there's obviously something in there. A little bit of history I'm probably not aware of. So that's basically his playstyle, dive DPS. He can really make havoc, especially with shield tanks, because they're expecting a frontal assault. If Junkrat sneaks up behind, You know, just walk around. Don't use your landmines to move until you're in position. Then just start blowing people up from behind the shield. You time that with a Diva nerf, that's good shit. Unless the Diva nerf goes behind the shields, then you're fucked. But, you know, he's very much one of those heroes that he pairs well with a lot of different compositions. BetBub would tell you what comps he pairs best with, because I couldn't tell you. I suck as him, and I'm sure you see that in the footage. But he's a very interesting character in that he really doesn't have much of a history, so there's a lot of speculation we can give. Other characters like Mercy and Genji are given extensive histories, so we have a bit more information on them. Junkrat's one of the adventurer characters. He doesn't have an affiliation, talent, or Overwatch. He's just kind of there for the money and the glory. Blow shit up. That's Junkrat for you. That's what he does. So, after doing all this analysis and talking about the character, can I say if he's realistic? For the most part, he's pretty realistic, I think. He uses regular old grenades. He uses car clickers to... I have a car clicker on my desk I'm looking at right now. He uses car clickers to actually send the signal to detonate his mines. I have no... It looks like the detonator he uses is an older-fashioned detonator. It's probably combined with the car clicker to make it work again. That's why I think the man might actually be a genius, because, come on, that's a lot of scrapping to do. It could also be just he lives in Junkertown. That's the kind of shit they make. But no, he's pretty realistic because he uses very conventional explosives. And I'm sorry, if you have an explosive go off in your face, you're probably going to die. I don't care how much armor you have. Well, okay, if you have a fair amount of armor, you might be able to survive, but it's going to beat the crap out of your armor, especially if it's like point blank a grenade to the face. How many times have they shown where someone has to like dive on top of a grenade? In all honesty, if you're not that durable, diving on a grenade will probably kill you. And there's a chance that if it's a high yield grenade, it could still blow out around you and cause more injury to people, but you've reduced the damage. So, yes, Junkrat is realistic, unlike a lot of Overwatch heroes. And some people say he's overpowered. No, he's not. He's not overpowered. He's actually on par to deal with some of the bigger threats. You can roll up behind a diva with your rip tire and blow it up, and down she goes, and guess what? Now you can lob a concussion mine in her face. Take out a Reinhardt, take out a Risa. You can take out any tank with that thing, which says that it does a lot of damage. I think it's 700 HP. The only way you wouldn't be able to is if a Lucio timed their sound barrier right there. Otherwise, Junk's pretty reasonable. He's pretty evenly powered compared to most of the heroes. He hasn't really needed any tweaks because he's effective against all heroes, and all heroes are effective against him. I got shot in the face by a Pharo last night, and I can prove that she's effective against Junkrat. Even if you can get sky high, it's kind of hard to hit a flying target. Anyway, folks, thanks for listening to me jabber. I hope you enjoyed the slideshow in the back there and didn't get too bored. Anyway, I'd like to wish you all a good night and good luck.